We have like the dream ramp opener at the moment. Space dragons! Of course that's got to be what the first video is, right? Right out of the gate? Oh wow, this is like the ramp dream. Okay, so first video from the new expansion. Aurelion Sol is hilarious and fun, and apparently now also in my hand, which is kind of not what I was hoping for here.
These will protect you.
I really don't want to discard an Aurelion Sol, but I think it's actually the right play. And so of course that's what the first video is going to be about, Space Dragons. I've got a couple of different versions of Space Dragon decks that I plan on giving a whirl. This is actually a bit of a tough call. This is actually a bit of a tough call between these two, but I'm gonna go with this. So this first one is very ramp heavy, very ramp heavy. I've also got a Thresh list. Yeah, let's play it. Interesting. I mean, I really don't want to trade this for the 1-2. All right, so we do at least have a couple of options here for the dream start. So I was starting to say this is a very ramp heavy list. We've got the stones, we've got Catalyst. The idea is to go 3 into one of these 5s, but then I've also got Spacey Sketcher and the Daybreak Invoker as well. Not even gonna risk it. Not even gonna risk it. Because I'm trying to get the Moon Silvers to make Aurelion Sol cheaper. So in this case, I think we go with Trundle just so that we can get some semblance of board stability. I mean, honestly, his 4/6 big regen body is just a beautiful wall. Try to get some free damage. Or get rid of one of these annoying 1/2s. Alright, free damage it is.
Will these gems help me on my journey?
I certainly hope so, cousin.
This Avalanche, if they play a pre-attack, is gonna clean up. And they did. Okay, so this is an easy Avalanche. I don't care if I lose this stuff. We don't want him granting the +0/+2. So this should just leave Tarek behind unless they've got some options. They obviously can't play the gems. So this is a trade that we are completely happy about. Get our 3 to bank for spell mana for Catalyst. Everything is going according to plan right now. The only thing that we kind of wished that we had hit is again a Moon Silver. Oh, when I'm targeted and survive, draw 1. We could have done the Ice Pillar into Catalyst, I suppose. Just because then we could have also used this as a potential blocker. But with it having vulnerable, they get to dictate that anyway. I don't know. I could go either way. This is a misplay by me. It should have been Pillar into Catalyst. Mostly because this would be leveled already. Right? As you try to protect yourself for the open attack.
I could certainly try.
That's the way to go. Curious also as well as to whether or not this counts as a target. So we'll see if they draw a card. Doesn't look like they got the card for that.
discover the unknown.
Oh, so that's what they're doing. That's so cheeky. I love it. Wow, I absolutely love what that deck's trying to do with generating so many cards from this guy. Okay, well, had I realized that. Which one do I want to kill more, I suppose? Do I care if they draw a million cards, or do I care if they level up Tarek? I mean, next turn we're gonna drop Aurelion Sol, so it's just a matter of like which one. Let's get rid of this one for now.
Don't worry, I've read all about this.
Yeah, and then this. I love what this deck is trying to do. This is a cheeky Tarek deck. Okay, I see you. Pick a unit in your hand, reveal, heal your health, reduce its cost to 0. So then we could do this, but it would only be like healing for 2. But it's still kind of cheeky. This is a bit of a tough call, right?
The cosmos will collapse eventually.
Part of me wants to take this just because if they have some sort of big trick up their sleeve, this can bail me out. Like if we lose Aurelion Sol, then this bails me out. Whereas this is just a finisher. I think we're actually going to take that.
Rule the world. And I thought humans were stupid. Bow to your king. Get ready for a
Let's see if we can get rid of Tarek here.
Now I've lost my place.
Alright, they're gonna rummage around a bit. I mean, they got a lot of mana to work with.
Hope
Okay, I
crystallizes.
see you.
I am the protector of the mountain.
That level up animation's fantastic. So then they get to turn around and play another Tarek who's already leveled, and they get this trade. Okay, I respect it.
Protect.
Also puts us that much farther away
On the scene.
from leveling our own Aurelion Sol.
Now they'll pay attention.
I get a feeling we're gonna end up needing to frostbite this. As much as I want this Daybreak trigger, their potential ability to eat my Aurelion Sol here is actually really high. So actually we're not gonna get the opportunity, it would seem. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, Vi's a great counter just because we have no fast plays. Fair enough.
Down.
On the plus side, our Aurelion Sol ate 2 champions. Meteor Shower, 4 to an enemy, 1 to another is kind of cute. I kind of want to just keep invoking, but this challenger's
Sunlight guide you, my brethren.
really spicy. gonna set ourselves up for a decent open attack here. Though now I don't want to open attack at all. All right, we're gonna send out Uzgar and see what they come up with as an answer. I know that this is actually pretty risky. We did all that work to set up a good open attack, and then we kind of handed over, but
A chill in the air.
go ahead and do this. See if we can get that nice and low. How low can you go?
Witness glory.
So this is gonna eat this here. Let's go ahead and try to get this low enough, I guess. I don't think the 2 extra damage by swapping these is gonna be super relevant. Maybe it is. I could get him down to 2. Yeah, I take it back. It's very relevant. I take it all back. I almost missed lethal there. Now, there's a strong chance I still have an answer here, right? Obviously, but the fact that I almost missed lethal there is pretty frustrating. And a wee bit embarrassing, not gonna lie. They're so close to overdrawing. Alright, so that's a big elusive unit. But we top decked some healing.
What do you mean I'm not on the list?
Ooh. Yeah, I guess we'll take this. Potential closer. I mean, we can't do this because of the spell shield anyway, but... Let's hope this is enough. That was starting to get to be a very scary board there. If that's all they got, I just let this through. I don't even try to do any tricks or anything because I don't want to give them the option to do anything else. And then we just pray that they don't have like 9 burst damage from spells. I mean, they are Piltover Zon, so like triple get excited would suck quite a bit. Okay. Alright, I didn't see anything that changes my instinct, which is go for the open attack. I know we have this, but I think all things considered here. I think we go like this. Hope they don't have fast speed answers. They're gonna go digging, and rightfully so. And alright, looks like we're good. Whew! So Aurelion Sol didn't give us the flashy finish, but he got the job done, so let's go play another game. Alright, game 2. After this game, I'll go through the current iteration of the deck list and, as I was saying before, kind of talk about my choices, but this is going to be interesting because this is Braum and Leona. So I expect this to be Daybreak shenanigans and then maybe some buffs. Giving Braum something like a Zenith Blade seems hilarious. Augur's great, but I think this early on... Moon Silver! Alright, so if we can find an Aurelion Sol in a reasonable amount of time, and we got some time, but if we can, we have like the dream ramp opener at the moment, right? So we can go 3 into 5, plus we have the Moon Silver potentially playing like a turn 7 Space Dragon.
Shining sunlight.
A chill in the air.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is gonna end up just being Daybreak stuff. So like we have that, but you know, there's an argument to be made about just taking the attack with just the archer before playing the stones. Just to bait out a different play from them, push them potentially off of their own Daybreak play there, but... it theoretically still blocks fine. We're gonna have this perfect ramp opener. So you're gonna stun this, huh? We're gonna have this perfect ramp opener, and then we're not gonna have an Aurelion Sol because I mulliganed it. Aren't we? We're gonna have it. We're just gonna play this post-combat.
Unwavering strength.
I don't think that they've got any good ways to ping something for 1. But they could have, I don't know, maybe a combat trick. Just tempted to block with this to soak a little bit more. It also takes away an avalanche play later though. No, we just let this through. Just let it through. Take our catalyst play. Stick to the plan here. Trying to get super early Space Dragon. Hey, there we go. So we're at 7, 8. So we got like 2 turns that thing has to survive. I mean, we take this because that card's nutty. I think we're on a good pace here. I think this is exactly what we wanted. Now that is problematic. Oh, that's a bit problematic. That's great for them. Stun the strongest enemy. So you are going to be getting a lot of blocking in, huh? So this is gonna get stunned, and then we can hit this. We just have to wait till next turn anyway. Next turn we get to play Sol, as long as this survives even a turn. So they'll stun this, then we double down, and then they'll get to stun probably 1 more of them if they play another Daybreak unit. Although we could hush Leona to prevent the other stun. I mean, we could also hush this. Either one, I think, is fine. You know what? It's actually not fine. We should have hushed this one. This is a mistake. So the reason that you hush this over Leona, again, new set, like I'm trying to think through optimal play here, right? You hush this one because this means any other cards they play with Daybreak also don't get their triggers. Whereas if you hush Leona, I'm only stopping the sun, right? Like I'm thinking about it incorrectly there. So they can still play like another one of these and get to do the invoke if they wanted to.
Feel the sun's glory.
All right, so now for the tricky part, right?
Hold still.
Easy choice for a block there. Probably easy choice for a block here.
You are beneath me.
We only have the 1 mana, so I'm comfortable with soaking this here as well. So right now we're just trying to survive. Alright, so we slap down the old Space Dragon. Honestly, a bit of a tough call because the Challenger one is just a closer, an absolute house, but I think we go this route.
Dragon, madam.
And we're also not likely attacking here with anything other than our elusive unit on offense because we want them to not have a great way to kill our stuff. We want this to level because then they have to either take an open attack into us or allow us the option of potentially triggering this in response to whatever their first Daybreak play is.
I'm the forger of stars.
Oh, man, the animations just continue to outdo themselves. I absolutely love almost all of the level up animations I've seen from this set.
My, how they stare.
Oh, and then the star shaping on top of it. Chef's kiss. And they take the open attack! Alright, not what I was expecting, legitimately. You've served your purpose.
No further.
Do I even risk Soul here? I think not, right? I mean, how do you not take that one at this point, right?
A hero cloaked in stars. Let us get going.
So this is interesting, right? Like I'm potentially giving this up, and I'm potentially giving them the free Poro. But Avalanche here could... They're out of mana, basically. Help pop the spell shield. Like if I play this, and then I get to pop off, that's like the win, right? So even though I'm sacrificing a bit of my own here, I think this is the right play. Let's do Leona just in case we hit the stuff 3 power or less off of this. Obliterate an enemy.
Daylight star will rule the skies.
He still has his own spell shield, so... Or we can get the surrender. So, hooray! Space Dragon! Dropped a mountain on somebody. Let's go take a look at the list. So as I was saying before, this list in particular is very ramp heavy. I was trying to create a list that was going to play similar to the old scout ramp list from the Elder Scrolls Legends, where you were trying to, in many ways, do like the 3, 5, 7 start in that game, where you would play like Tree Minder into a Hist Mage, and then at one point it was like Soul Tear into another Hist Mage sort of thing. Obviously, that exact combo isn't the same here, but there is some semblance of the old like 3-5. So, Weirding Stones, right? This is not as good as Tree Minder was, but it's that role. It fills that spot. And so the idea is if you're playing that on curve on 3, you need to have a number of options at 5 that are worth your time. So Catalyst is another ramping option. Star Shaping can help heal and set you up for future plays. And then Trundle is a great board stall option because his 4/6 body with the regen means you can stall for a long time. And then outside of that, if you're not hitting the Weirding Stones, as I was saying, I'm running Solari Priestess because the Invoke has a chance to give you Moonsilver. Same thing with Spacey Sketcher. So Moonsilver, the old Invoke, I wish that when you were in here, it would let you see the Celestial cards. But Moonsilver, 0 cost, reduces the cost of a card in your hand by 1. So we saw that in game 2 there, where I did it to Aurelion Sol. And despite me making some misplays here or there, because, you know, I'm rusty, you see the game plan in action. The idea is ramp, 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 drop bombs. Now, you do need to stall along the way, right? So out of the gate, we've got Spacey Sketcher. This is great where if after your mulligan, you get stuck with some of your late game cards in hand and they're not helping you, you just invoke, turn them into something relevant, maybe find that Moonsilver. Then we've got Iceveil Archer, pretty standard stall tool. If you're used to playing any sort of Freljord late game list, this should not be a surprise. I'm also currently running Troll Chant just because this is one of the better ways, in my opinion, to stall some of the early elusive lists. It's, in my opinion, like you could run this or you could run something like Brittle Steel, and Brittle Steel is a little more cost effective, but I think that the upside of this currently outweighs it. Giving the ally +0, +2 when you're not against elusive decks can be a bit of a game changer in terms of trades. So I'm currently running this, but I could see some combination of cards kind of taking this spot. Currently running 1 Hush, mostly for testing and as an X factor. A lot of folks were saying like this card's going to be busted and it's toxic. Has not been my experience thus far. It has definitely won me a game or two just because of my ability to kind of stop what my opponent was doing and deny that value. But I think it's not going to be an auto include. And if I'm being honest, I think that I might end up cutting it to just make this a bit more streamlined. Again, right now, as of filming this, this has mostly been in here for testing purposes. Solari Priestess, again, just more celestial stuff, invoke. If you're not against elusives or stuff with like Fearsome or Overwhelm, this is a great early speed bump. If Fearsome and elusive become far more standard in the meta, then this might end up having to get cut. I don't know. Maybe not, because, again, your game plan is ramp, and this potentially helps with that, but that is the weak point, and I actually could see Fearsome making a bit of a comeback, and I plan on doing like an updated, probably missed lethal deck list. Ha 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 ha. I love my puns, right? So anyway, Mist Callers, I think has the potential to actually be decent right now with some tweaks, but this is in here for the ramp and or just card advantage. Weirding Stones, ramp. Avalanche helps you a ton in the elusive matchup and some other aggro matchups. Also, if you're not in those matchups, then Sketcher can just go ahead and pitch this. Catalyst, ramp, healing, Star Shaping, healing, get you those celestial cards so that you can pop off with Aurelion Sol later. The fact that Invoke presents you with 3 is also just incredibly huge and very relevant because it means that you can use these cards as like a toolbox. You don't always get what you're looking for. Sometimes you get 3 really bad options, but for the most part, being able to kind of tailor the card you're looking for at times, that's a pretty big deal. So Trundle, again, stall, great regen body. Same reason I'm running Augur of the Old Ones, because it's just a big body with regen, right? Like, it costs 1 more than a Garen, but the fact that this has Overwhelm means you can get more chip damage in. You can kind of counter pressure. Being able to give your other units Overwhelm and regen is huge. The Overwhelm on something like Aurelion Sol can actually just outright win you the game. And the regen, even if you don't have good options, the regen can keep something like your Ice Pillar alive that you've summoned potentially with your Trundle. So I really like Augur. Harsh Winds, again, just more stall, kind of, control tool. I don't know if 2 is going to be correct or 1 or whatever, but I'm running it. 1 Revitalizing Roar. This is mostly in here because if you start to get low, popping this on an Aurelion Sol to heal your Nexus for 10, and then potentially if you're Enlightened, then to turn around and play Aurelion Sol, like heal for 10 and play Aurelion Sol in the same turn is a huge swing. So this is a one of. Now, the next 3 cards are very similar to Hush in that I'm running some one-ofs to test them. I think that eventually I'm going to streamline this part of the deck as well, but I wanted some number of cards that were 8 or more for something like Augur if you haven't played Trundle, or if you've already played your Ice Pillar, whatever. So, Icequake, Infinite Mind Splitter, Uzgar. All of these have great moments where they shine, but I don't know what the best one is in the meta right now. So Uzgar, for example, again, big body with regen. I've been really enjoying the units that have that, but the fact that this unit also has Challenger means that when it comes down, every time you get to attack, you're likely trading with a unit. And then if they want to invest in killing this to get it out of the way, then this is probably creating some sort of 2-for-1 for you. Now, if Spell Shield ends up dominating the meta and then this proves to be too easy to deal with, maybe this gets cut, or I don't know. Right now, I like the inclusion because of what it has the potential to do. It is a nice, targeted, repeatable removal answer, but I don't know if it's going to stay long term. So, one of right now, same thought process here, right? We're not really running like a big dragon synergy, but an 8/8 for 8 is fine stat-wise. It's a big body. It doesn't have regen, but it certainly blocks well. The Fury makes it relevant. And then on play, you pick 2 enemies, round start, stun them. This is a great stall tool for locking things down. The big reason I was including this is because, like, this card is bonkers against mid-range lists. This card is far better in the mirror. So if you have 2 Aurelion Sol decks matched up against each other, and then you drop something like Mind Splitter, you have the potential to lock down 2 of their big Celestial units, specifically some of the like elusive ones or just really problematic ones where you just keep stunning them. And that's huge. And now they have to deal with this before they can come out from under your thumb. So if Aurelion Sol ends up being incredibly popular long-term, I know that he is now. It's a Space Dragon deck, right? Like, everybody's playing Aurelion Sol. To be honest, Uzgar probably should be a second Mind Splitter right now today in the meta, but I really wanted to test Uzgar. But if Aurelion Sol stays popular, then that's an easy change. I think Uzgar is going to be far better against your mid-rangey lists. And then Icequake here is because this deck doesn't really have its own Ruination, but I wanted to have something that was, big mass removal. Yes, we already have the Avalanches, so technically Icequake is probably overkill, but being able to have a second option against some of these elusive lists, and I have seen a fair amount of elusive as people are just trying to quick grind their way to master right now. This has been a nice surprise. Again, I don't think it probably stays long term. This was a testing option, but this is the deck that I was running for this video. So hopefully it inspires you. And I've got, like I said, a Thresh version. So look in the next couple of days for me to post a video where I'm playing Thresh and Aurelion Sol. And I'm also going to be debuting like a Nightfall deck. I definitely want to do something with Daybreak. I'm actually the J deck that I played against today with Tarek has my mind spinning quite a bit now, so I might want to do something with that as well. I mean, it's a new expansion. There's a lot of stuff I want to play. There's untold possibilities. But anyway, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. I'm horrible at reminding folks to do this, but consider liking, subscribing, follow my Twitch, my Twitter, blah, 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 do all the things. But sincerely, I mean it, for real. Just thank you for watching, especially with me coming back from my long hiatus. I really, really appreciate it. And until next time.